my name is Max Stein, and I love video games.
I'm the Megabuck. I really love video games.
Hey friends, Benny here, and I love video games.
And welcome to the Game Treasure Podcast, where we discuss treasured video games of yesterday, today, and tomorrow. Warning, the Game Treasure Podcast is not for children or anyone with a brain, for that matter. This week, we have another hot steam for you, dear listener or dear watcher. So you know what that means. That means a cluster of piping hot, fresh out of Valve's steamy oven video games for you to go jump onto your PC or Steam Deck or Valve Index, I guess, to go play. Or I guess other things to play Valve these games too. You can play this on your whatever. Anyhow, we've got 3 games to discuss later. But before we do that, we are going to have our episode start off correctly, as it always should, by having the Megabuck and RetroGameTreasure.com take us back with this week's Retro Zone game. Buck, please send us back in time, please.
Let's go back in time. Don't you love it?
I do enjoy when he does the robot.
You do like my bad robot? I can't help it when it's a game that has really cool robots in it. I really feel like
that's a hint.
I have to. Yeah, I think I could throw like 10 grand on the table right now, and neither of you could guess the game that I'm gonna bring.
Ooh. Wow, okay.
It was fun to go to the shelf for this one. I'll give you some hints. 1995, PlayStation 1. You already know robots, right? And then the last one that's going to be no help at all, developed by Genki.
Jumping Flash.
Ooh, I really like that game.
No
and
idea.
it's a robot frog. Oh my God, that's a good guess.
Robot Rabbit.
Oh yeah, I thought he was a frog. You're right, he's a rabbit. No, I'm talking about published by Sony Music Entertainment for the PlayStation, aka Kalik 2 Epidemic for the PS1.
What the hell?
Never laid eyes on
That is
it.
a kick-ass cover.
Yeah, tell
That's
me
a deep
about it.
cut. That was
So
cool.
this is a sequel to another PS1 title, Kalik, the DNA Imperative. This is known as Kalik 2 in Japan.
Oh, I've heard of that game.
You've definitely heard of the first one. You might not have heard of this one. This is a pretty unique game. What if you played Doom, but you were a robot, mostly fighting other robots, but moving at like 1/10 the pace of Doom?
Well,
okay.
sometimes I do feel like Doom got a little fast
It's
from my
pretty fast.
britches. That's true, yeah.
So you play as this robot. You can outfit with different weapons. Has really great, like, cheesy PS1, like, full motion video cutscenes, including like ones where you walk into a room and there's like 10 different screens, a la like Blade Runner, and they're all playing the same message to you to bring the exposition out in the story. You play from a first person perspective, just like Doom, but in a robot that moves at a pretty slow pace, because it's not about like running and gunning, boomer shooter. It's more like camera bot in the corner and shoot that and destroy that, and then gather keys and progress to the next portions of the level and explore the different levels.
And that, kids, is how you get away without making huge levels.
Yeah. I think that's a big part of it. If you look at it, it's got a pretty good map, but at the same time, I think it's more like that's how there's less levels in the game, because the levels are pretty big.
Oh, okay.
So
Rad.
nonlinear gameplay tracked by 3D rotation, positioning of your character and the map, everything else. It's just very, very unique. It has a cool heads-up display for the robot, because there are some action-y parts to it, especially later on. I can't really think of a whole lot of games that play a lot like this, though.
Is this post dual stick? Do you know?
This does not. This is pre DualShock. This does not
I can't tell
support.
if the cursor is moving slightly on the screen or if it's staying dead center, as on in this footage here.
You cannot. This does not support any type of dual stick, DualShock.
Okay.
Any. This is
I must be
old PS1 D-pad only controller game.
Nice. Wow.
I like that they've traded out, the basically in the spot in Doom where your guy's face is to show you how damaged you are is replaced with better information like a map or what item you've just picked up.
How dare you, sir? How dare you?
The HUD in this game is amazing.
The HP is where it should be, which is just like a bar in the corner that I can monitor very easily.
Mm-hmm.
This looks cool, man. This looks like a solid 7 at the very least.
It's definitely it did not get
solid 7.
It did not get great reviews when it came out, but I think it's a fun experience.
Ooh, I'm just now seeing some of the CG cutscenes, and that's very
Very
tasty.
PS1.
PS1 faces are a bit melty, melty.
Very PS1.
Wow. Okay, so this is preference-wise a first-person shooter for
Still
sure.
goes in the shooter category, even though it's a slower pace. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, sci-fi.
Yep. Sci-fi
Oh,
and
mecha.
mecha.
You're a mech.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
right.
We drill it down.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, if you want to impress your friends by having a eclectic PS1 collection that it has a game where they go, whoa, what the fuck is this? Then go
Seriously.
to www.retrogametreasure.com. Let Buck know that you like first-person shooters and maybe that you're into mecha as a subgenre. And you can get your hands on a copy of Epidemic for the PlayStation 1. It's worth it for the cover art alone.
It's
Honestly,
yes,
it looks crazy. It looks like a cool anime.
I have a
You'd see a Blockbuster.
I have a copy in my personal collection too. I love this game.
All right,
Right,
cool. We are going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to relax in the spa of Valve's Steam platform. See you on the other side, listener.
Doc, don't just stand there. Is there a way to save her or not?
A long time ago, I do remember hearing something.
Heard what? A way we can save Layla?
The pollen, the flower, La Fresse, that's it. Now I remember. I believe it was called La Fresse.
Cool. We are back, and it is time, gentlemen. Go ahead and relax. Cue the music. Cue the Steam. Yes. Thank you so much, Valve, for making a place where all of my games can be collected in perpetuity. No matter what device I'm using, I can get a new computer, old computer, play with the Steam Deck, play with my phone. I love
that.
Steam.
That's
And
so
it is
nice.
time for us to spend basically much less money than you would on a AAA game to have 3 times as much fun today.
He's not wrong.
He's not wrong.
I'm going to go
not wrong.
first
He's right.
with a
He's right.
game that fits perfectly in that little niche category, especially for me, because I'll have you know that this game was recommended to me by Steam because I've played games like Enya Dream Barbecue.
Oh my god.
That was the only recommendation thing that it said, and I was just
no.
like, well,
Wow.
you mean my 2025 most artistic game of the year, according to
There
the
goes the
Mackies? You have sold me. It is
That's right.
developed by a company called Crayon or Crayon Kit. I'm not entirely sure if this is like a spelling error. You can separate developer titles with a comma in Steam if you're the developer. So if you click on Crayon, it brings this guy's page up. If you click on Kit, there's nothing. There's no games, not even this. So I was like, did this guy accidentally put a comma in a
No.
spot that he didn't mean to?
No,
or
bro.
was this-
See, it's actually crayonk. It.
It's actually
That's
Kronk.
The game is
Here,
called Funi Raccoon Game.
Okay.
Funny.
It's spelled Funi Raccoon Game. It came out on March 13th of this year, and it is published by the Crayon Eating Company. So it must be a fun story there.
Must be it's the kid
Must
that
be a
you knew in
sub-
kindergarten that
Well, I'm assuming it's a self-publishing thing, right? He's the Crayon, and it's
stole
the
the
Crayon
gun.
Eating Company.
Get they them's ass. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Funny.
It's a psychedelic 3D collectathon platformer, essentially. So if Enya Dream Barbecue was a psychedelic first-person adventure game, this is more like if
Wow.
Donkey Kong 64 took a bunch of acid. So it's all about
Yeah.
You play as a raccoon who has recently purchased a new home, aka a dumpster, and you want to fill it up with shit. That's an
shit.
excuse for the levels are populated with a bunch of like Enya Dream Barbecue style 2D clip art images of different things that are just, that you
it
run
sure
around
is.
collecting, and then you chuck them into a dumpster, and the dumpster will tell you how many unique items are in each level, and the objective is to just collect one of each of the unique items.
Can I just say that dear listener, in Mac's description so far, from what I'm looking at, he has not exaggerated a single word of his description. This is all they're very fair to say. Good Lord, what is this? What is
he was
this?
making
If
it
you
up.
watch the trailers, I'm probably putting up the art now. It looks quite like what the fuck is going on? But I just wanted to say, though,
got
that
nothing, man.
I dug into it, and it actually is it's a pretty competent platformer with some interesting puzzling. Like, it's not so lull random that it's like, you know what I mean? Like, beyond
Is
reproach.
it not, though?
There's okay, so I only played the demo, I'll admit it, which the demo had like an hour or so of content, depending on, I don't even think I got all of I could get in the demo because I kind of ran out of patience. But like I said, you run around, you grab shit, you throw it in this dumpster. The first level is you walking to this like hub world, and I just wanted to comment that it has a really good integration of the tutorial in the form of like just the design of the level. Like, and what I mean literally, like there's like a big billboard that you get to at the top of this mountain that has the controls on it, and then it's just like, except for one button is not covered on it, and then when you turn around, there's another billboard that says like, don't forget to stretch and squash with B, which is your crouch button, and it literally makes your raccoon model just like and get all flat and disgusting. It's really funny. But I don't know, you have to play it obviously, but my commentary is I was impressed with how it wasn't like floating word bubbles coming and be like, press L to do this. You know what I mean? Like, you're a raccoon. And it was just sort of like, you play
Mega
it.
Mega Man.
Yes, I hate that shit. And so this didn't, for a game that's a little random, they didn't do it. They just kind of let you play it. But a lot of the cool puzzling aspects come from two things. One, it's got a pretty cool camera that can zoom both very, 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 very close into your like tiny little pixel raccoon guy, or like Katamari Damacy levels of like very, very far away.
Ooh, I like a game that does that. I like
Yeah.
a game that's not afraid to let you zoom out really far.
And sometimes not only, you have to for a given puzzle. Like there's a puzzle at the beginning when they're basically instructing you to let you know you can zoom your camera in and out. You get to this part where you get to a doorway that you cannot see beyond the threshold of with the starting camera size. And when you go to walk out, you're immediately hit by a car. And then if you stand in the doorway and look up, there's like
Magical.
a billboard across the street
really
that
is.
says, by the way, you can check for traffic by zooming all the way out. So if you
That's
zoom the camera
great.
all the way out, you can
Nice
actually
one.
see that there's traffic coming, so you know when to run and avoid it.
That's how you do a tutorial. Teach players
Yep.
something.
The
That's
other cool
really
thing they
clever.
do with puzzling and platforming is that a lot of not all of the assets, but a lot of the assets, like I said, are like 2D pieces of clip art. And it's a 3D platformer, so there's sometimes when things will be flat, quote unquote, and you know what I mean. And you'll be like, "How the fuck do I? Oh shit! There's a cat here. I just didn't realize it because he's completely flat."
Did you guys ever play the Paper Mario on the Wii?
No, never.
No,
did.
but I remember it.
That was the one that really had that a lot, where you were playing in like the 2D plane this way, and all of a sudden you'd switch it to like the 2D plane. 2D and 3D things matter.
Yeah, I remember
That's what it made me think of.
It's kind of like that. The world itself is persistently in 3D. I'll say that. It's just there's objects in it that are too. But the platforming is pretty tight. Like it reminded me of something like Fez, or like even some, obviously not with awkward controls, but the level of precision you need in a Bennett Foddy game. Like specifically, there's this area called the Water Zone, which of course during the entire Water Zone there's water level sounding music for like video game music playing, but there's also a guy in the background just going, "Hi, welcome to the Water Zone, ooh-wee, where everything's water and just everyone loves it, it's so good, it's a hip hip hooray for water, and everybody has got such great water." And it's just the entire time you are in there's a guy yelling in the background about the Water Zone. But it has this tower.
Is this a Squanch game?
Yes. You have this tower that you have to climb, and I ended up having to climb it like 5 times because you have to do this pretty hardcore like jumping because you're pretty floaty and like bending the camera and getting against the thing and becoming flat and then squashing down. And I don't know, I was just like, it doesn't just rely on being like, oh my God, so random. It's just like also like, oh, there's some good ass platforming in here. And then the humor. I mean, I already went over it. Like, here's some things that I wrote down that made me laugh. The first thing that you talk to in the game is a brick that says, "I'm very good at smashing windows." And then you use him to smash a window in order to progress to the next part of the game. I was like,
And
that's a
how
good
you do a
tutorial. Yeah, it's really good. There's when you press the button, I guess it depends on if you have the keyboard, if you have a controller. When you press the button to check your like menu to see what items are left in the level to discover, they'll give you like little silhouettes where you're like, okay, that looks like a piece of furniture or something. And then sometimes you get a silhouette where you're like, I have no fucking clue what that is because it turns out to be something totally crazy. When you press that, just like a pair of photorealistic human hands like come on screen and open up a piece of paper. And it's just like, what the fuck is that? It's so funny. Whenever you throw something, because I said the objective of the game is to throw stuff in this dumpster. It's just,
I almost forgot.
A very rough recording of a guy yelling every time you throw something. It's just like, ah! It's just like your raccoon is a guy screaming.
Funny.
And then lastly, there's some like volume mixing options at the beginning of the game where it's just like sensitive ears, normal setting, like loud. And then there's a setting that's just called tinnitus. And it's so insanely loud. And also there's just like a in the background the entire time.
No, there's not, Mac. You have tinnitus.
It's really funny. It's like, this game's so silly and stupid.
That is funny.
But yeah, man, I got to the end of the demo. Like, at least I beat the main part of the demo, and it let me know that there's a bunch of different worlds, like much more than I explored. It shows you what this really cool, albeit impossible to control spherical map thing that you have to use to choose to go to level. And then you open this door like Mario 64 or something. But
oh my gosh,
it's like $12 on Steam. If you like goofy ass psychedelic games and you like punishing platformers or something, this one's got a good sense of humor and it's pretty dang good. Funny Raccoon Game.
Funny Raccoon.
Go and check it out on Steam. Buck, what game would you like to highlight for your hot Steam today?
Oh my gosh, I've got a couple. And this first one will let you live out your millennial teenage dream job of working at Blockbuster. That's right. I picked up Retro Rewind Video Store Simulator.
Wow, I can't believe you played this. This
I
is not
know.
like a
It's
game
a
you would have
job
fun
game.
with
I
at
know.
all. Yeah.
Okay, so full disclosure.
I got to watch him play this a little bit.
I
It's cool.
downloaded the demo to say, let me try this because I don't like job games. And then an hour in, I bought it. And it's one of those games that lets you continue from your save into the full game, which I very much so appreciated.
Wow.
You basically manage your very own video store in the early 90s. You rent out tapes, you sell popcorn and candy and stuff. You decorate the store with standees of new movies that are out, expand your business, like build out the size of it, hire employees, and you get to relive the golden age of video rentals, really.
I always thought, I know you don't like them, but I thought you would be good at job simulator games, like store simulator games. But I got a question, which is how much of the enjoyment you think was driven by the nostalgia of existing in a time in which video stores existed versus just, being the job simulator. You know what I mean? Like I see here, you got to but you can get a popcorn machine, and it made my brain go, oh yeah, that's right. At Blockbuster, they would sell popcorn. I forgot. That's so fun. Like
approximately, to answer your question, approximately 110%.
Okay. I see the thing where you got to rewind the tapes before you rebox them.
It was this. There was this catch-22 of when I was like a preteen, like early teenager. Working at Blockbuster was probably a dream job, like of being that age, right? Like you just get to be at fucking Blockbuster all the time and you get to rent out the movies for anybody else because you're here when they come in. And then when I realized that jobs are jobs, I was like, oh, it's a job all jobs suck, but you know what I mean.
Listen,
right?
Yeah. He's the target audience.
Yeah.
And we have to remember that with every game. We can't put a lens on one particular game and say, okay, well, is it because you just like this? That's why we buy any game, is because we like something.
But
so he
hurt.
is 100% the target audience for this,
doesn't really hurt.
Is pretty much anybody within 10 years of him.
Yeah, either
direction.
way, right?
Either direction.
So here's where this one like scratches that itch really, really good, right? Like some of the things you mentioned that are a little mundane, like you're checking people out at the counter and taking money. Also funny because I'm in my 40s. I had plenty of retail jobs where I took cash. So that wasn't a problem. I could see where people in their 20s would be like, I gotta fucking give change and and that would be a problem for them. But you can hire a staff member and put them on that, so you don't have to do that part forever.
Oh,
one of the parts that I like and I haven't hired somebody for yet is when the movies get dropped in the overnight bin. You got to check them in. And they're all organized by their types, like action, horror, whatever else. And you have to rewind them. When people don't rewind them, you have to actually put them in the rewinder and hit the button. When they're broken, you have to throw it away and it automatically logs it on there. When someone comes in and they broke or had a late tape, you have to decide whether or not you're going to charge them the late fee. And sometimes they're very cool. They're like, nope, it was my fault. I get it. Or if you like, hey, you're the owner, right? You can spare me this one time. I had someone that broke a tape and I told them they had to pay for it. And they said, I'm never coming here again. And they threw their tapes in my face onto the floor.
Wow. That's some cool custom interact. You don't get a lot of these. You don't get
that's
any.
so real.
Yeah.
I just mean you don't get any personality from the customers in a lot of these.
Don't.
They're just like, I would like this.
So,
I would like that. You don't get to like talk to them.
So it's a VHS rental store. So next to the counter is like the Ask Me Anything, and they'll come up and say, I want a horror movie, but I really like an old horror movie or a good horror movie. And all the tapes on the shelves have a little criteria above them that tell you this is old, this is good, this is bad, horror, comedy, whatever. And you recommend people tapes. You bring that to them, and they're happy because you do that. You get XP, which helps you to unlock new categories of movies. Like I unlocked action. I just unlocked Christmas movies as one of the categories.
Oh, right. I was there.
People can reserve tapes. You have to put them on the reserved shelf, and then they come, hey, I reserved a copy of Xenocat, which is their alien ripoff movie. I love the titles of the movies, by the way.
Used to reserve a copy of Donkey Kong Country the day it came out.
Now I want them to add as DLC video games to the store. Yes, but that's a different topic altogether. One of the cool things that they've done also is there's like a calendar in the back that will tell you when holidays are coming up. So they'll be like, hey, this is the fall. So, what dramas are going to be 50% more rented and candy is going to be 20% more popular. Or this Friday the 13th is coming up and it's horror movies are 100% more rented on that weekend or whatever.
This
like
rocks.
That.
This fucking kicks ass.
All those little pieces. It had the best Clerks moment ever where someone came up to the counter and said, so on the front wall, you can create all these different displays. You can categorize them by horror and sci-fi, whatever. You can buy a rack that just says new releases and you can put all the new movies on it. And I had all the new movies on there. There was the Nightmare on Plum Street or whatever it was. And something else. They're all ripoffs. They're funny though. And I had this whole display set up with a standee for the new movie and everything. And someone comes up to the freaking Ask Me Anything counter and goes, hey, you guys got any new movies in stock? It's like, it was that
I gotta drink this coffee hot? Because I noticed, I see this in the gameplay. People, you get to make your own labels, and I was like, what would that be for? And that's for the sake of when people ask you, you know where the movies are.
You make those things, though those are automatic based on what is on the shelf. If it's all horror movies, it'll say horror. If it's a mixed, it'll all say mixed.
Will it let you accidentally put a horror movie on a
and then it'll change
you get
the
in trouble? Will people get
you can't. But I get the feeling that when you start to hire more staff and they start to do that for you and it gets mixed up, now you're just like a manager of the store. And I find as it gets closer to a job, I like it less. I like it better when I have to be hands-on and it's literally like Rad Chad's, little VHS place.
Yeah.
Wow. I had the best interaction was I had a customer bitch about me being out of stock of a new movie, to which they then hung around 15 minutes after closing and then just rented like a porno tape.
The realism.
Wow.
This is the coolest feature.
Retro rewind video.
Right here. This is the coolest feature.
Uh-huh.
You can customize some things inside your shop, including our name. So I named it the Game Treasure Podcast Video Store. It's got a little Blockbuster video.
Blockbuster colors. I love that.
Now there's a little TV in the back. What do you see on there? Oh, look at these other images, Mac. You can customize the video that's on your TV. I have episodes of the Game Treasure Podcast playing in my video store.
That fucking
complete with audio.
Rocks.
That rules.
I love the standee for Xenocat.
Yes.
Dude, this is cool, man.
Fun little game.
Wow. All right, good game. Good game. I saw this on there and I was like, oh, Raph would like this. Uh-oh, Buck got it. Retro Rewind Video Store Simulator. Very good. Very good. I want to play this now.
That's pretty good.
I've never seen one with this many features.
Yeah, they really, and that's just right out of the gate. It's got that many. I completely forgot to mention the guy that shows up on Tuesday and Thursday nights out in the back alley behind your place and will sell you bootleg VHS tapes.
That rocks. That rocks. Oh my God. It sounds honestly much more fun than that drug dealer simulator or whatever. There was not enough in that game.
Literally, someone in the reviews said, with the twist obviously being different, this is like Schedule 1, but with more content right out of the gate.
Way more. Way more. This is awesome. Sure. All right. Well, Venny, you and Buck have a third shared game here that I'm very excited to hear about. Go ahead and share that with us, sir.
We do have a tag team one that we'll get to in just a moment, but I want to take my little individual time.
Okay.
Because I've been wanting to talk about this one for a while. And Buck turned me on to this one. He said, dude, this would be right up your alley. You're going to love this. You're going to get instantly addicted. And he was right. And it is a published by... Actually, let me pull the store page up real quick. Published by Raccoin, or developed by Raccoin.
Yeah.
Published by PlayStack.
PlayStack. Same guys that did Balatro.
Balatro. Right. This is the coin pusher roguelite Raccoin. 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 You know those coin pushers at arcades, you put your quarters.
You don't get them enough
in.
anymore.
I was going to say, you say very hastily. I don't know. You might have to explain a little bit more. Like, pretend that someone does not know what you're talking about when you try to explain what a coin pusher game is.
A coin pusher game,
like in real life.
An arcade. It is a machine you will find in an arcade, and it is literally two shelves of tokens or quarters or prizes or whatever. So the idea is you drop a token at the top, and a la Pachinko, it kind of falls down onto one of the plates, which is constantly moving. Like this top plate is constantly moving. And if you line up so many coins, it will push a coin off of the top plate onto the bottom plate and then move the entire mountain of coins to hopefully fall off the edge. And that generates your prizes. Just look it up real quick. If you don't know what a coin pusher is, you'll understand it within like 10 seconds. You'll understand what a coin pusher is.
Kind of sort of a gambling machine.
By seeing one. Yeah, it's like, So Raccoin is a Balatro-like where you have like, instead of jokers, you have items that do various things. And then you can like have single use items to do stuff on the board. But the bottom line is you're trying to reach different score milestones as you go. And you can buy different coins that do different things. Like this coin scores triple, or any coin that this coin touches is now worth this, or this coin electrifies coins next to it.
Kind of like the modifiers you do in Balatro, but now we're in like a physical world that's like a physics based. There's a little more reliant on physics than a card game is, right?
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, definitely. So I got hooked on this one really fast because it was right up my alley. I loved it. There's different characters you can choose from. You can customize the board. You can do different rule sets. It's very much like Balatro.
I don't know which way it went because, like I said, it's the same publisher, different developer, but same publisher as the guys that did Balatro, which obviously everybody knows that is a category now. Balatro is equivalent to roguelike now. It's a thing.
So about a week after introducing it to me, Buck goes, "Hey, have you gotten past I get stuck on level 7?" I'm like, oh, I've beat the game like 9 times now. I got hooked so fast.
The game comes out this next week, I believe, after this airs. So it's going to blow up.
This is crazy looking.
It's funny because the demo came out on my birthday, and Buck turned me on, which is November the 10th. Buck turned me on to it about a month and a half ago. And I was like, oh, wow, where's this been?
When a demo's that addictive? Yeah,
when a demo's that, I'm screwed. So Raccoin is out. Check it out. It's a demo. It's coming out very soon. I think maybe even by the time you hear this, it will be fully out. Want to give a quick like 15-second shout out as well, because Poker Night at the Inventory is now back on Steam after a 7-year hiatus.
It was gone
for
Is that
7
what happened?
years.
It was gone
because the licensing deals expired, but it's back
with like the characters that are in it.
$9.99
Oh my god!
with Strong Bad, Tycho, Max.
I was going to say,
and
what's the
Heavy
matter?
from
Did
Team
Tycho from
Fortress
Penny
2.
Arcade
Yep.
want more
Tycho
cash?
Penny Arcade. It's beautiful. I already bought it. It's $10.
Oh my gosh!
But the crux of our hot steam here with Buck and I, our joint effort hot steam is,
Mac.
drum roll please, it is John Carpenter's Toxic Commando.
This game looks cool as fuck.
You need to jump on this train.
Start
with
right
Okay.
from the beginning. Tell me everything.
I want to say, when I looked at the trailer for this game, I thought, zombie shooter, I've done this Back for Blood kind of. But no. This is good. This is really, really a good game. Buck is way better at explaining. He's played a little bit more, but after a tutorial, it's class based, which is awesome. There's
first-person
skill
shooter.
First-person shooter. A semi-open world map objectives that you can. There's always like a last stand. You can choose how much you want to do to prepare.
Right.
And it's got lots of unlockables. There's robust skill trees. You level up your guns.
The way that
Buck,
progresses-
please
Yeah,
jump in.
Buck, tell me the gameplay loop itself.
The
How does this
gameplay
stuff
loop
work?
is really cool. So while there's 4 characters, air quotes, that's just really for exposition and story. Like there can't be 3 Bills in one run, a la Left 4 Dead, right?
Bill's here.
And so the 4 classes exist however you want. If everybody wants to be a freaking healer, the game doesn't care. Each character can be a different class, right? So you pick your class. You've got a healer, you've got a tank, you've got a drone controller, and you've got a person that's like the pyromancer in
Striker.
Borderlands.
It's they can
do like spells almost, right? The
Throwing
virus,
explosives.
so to speak, has like given you different powers. It's not really just zombies. It's actually a giant freaking apocalyptic thing that's gone on. So it is zombies, but there's also a dozen different, special infected, you'd call them in Left 4 Dead 2. So the gameplay loop goes similar to a Left 4 Dead. Start in a hub world, your base. You pick a level, a campaign. We're going to go to the church level. We're going to go to this level, whatever else. So you know what your basic objective is going to be, especially after you've ran it the first time. But from there, it completely flips the Left 4 Dead formula on its head. Starts you in a spot, open up your mini map. It's almost like, what was that open world zombie, Days Gone, that open world zombie game where you had the motorcycle kind of thing, right?
Days Gone.
It's that, but they took a chunk of map, and it shows you a bunch of important points of interest that you can go to. Here's where your objectives are. Here's where there's some ammo. Here's where there's some this item or that item. Most importantly, here is where some vehicles are. This game is very much so based around having access to different vehicles. The trucks and the Humvees have like like a grappling hook, and they can grapple onto barricaded walls and doors and break things open. If you're stuck, a la like RV there yet, if you're stuck on a hill with a lot of mud, you can grappling hook to a big tree to pull yourself up this hill, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sports car has booster, all these different cool things, all the way down to there's an ambulance, and we're like, that's neat. One of us hops into it. The ambulance has an AoE healing effect.
Wow,
And
fun.
like a class okay, cool. So what you're doing is you're going around the map and you're collecting different things because you're getting ready. You're doing the mission, but you're getting ready for, there's always like a big last stand kind of thing, a la original Left 4 Dead.
Is
right?
there like
Left
a
4 Dead
timer
2.
that you can see, or is it more?
It would be like you've got 3 minutes. You got to protect the doors of this building for 3 minutes. Blah blah blah.
And it lets you know that way ahead of time, or do you have to wait to figure that out?
You don't know the amount of time, but you know it's going to be a last stand kind of thing. And so once you've done the mission,
But I
again,
just mean, like, does it tell you where that last stand is going to happen on the big
Yeah,
world map?
pretty much, yes.
Okay.
It kind of guides you, but you may have like prerequisite tasks that you have to complete to unlock the road to get to the last
Lots
thing.
of things to get there, right?
Oh,
That's
okay.
the end
like,
goal.
do you search for more spare parts and supplies? Because if you have that at the last stand, you can repair more stuff, repair some defenses, or are you going to raw dog it and just shoot?
The big mechanic is those spare parts. They're like the gears that you find throughout, because throughout the map, most of the time when you do those, you can open like weapons cache and, someone found a freaking railgun or some amazingly cool gun with it, but you didn't have that part to do something else with. If the car you're driving breaks, you can use one of those scrap parts parts to repair the car. But again, like Venny said, the big thing there is whenever you get to those last stands, there's a bunch of, let's call them gadgets all around the last stand area. Everything from barbed wire fence, electrified like entrance where the zombies would get electrified when they move over it, to machine guns, mortars, all these other things. And so you look at that stand and go, okay, how many of these gears do we have? And what weapons did we find? Well, I found a railgun. Okay, then we don't need to bother with the mortars because you've got a railgun. Well, I found machine guns or this or that. Well, okay, well, then we don't need to fill the machine guns. Let's fill up a barricade. Or there's these like EMP pulses that'll suck the zombies in. It's like a bait trap that gets their attention. Well, I brought a bunch of grenades. So you plan that around what you found. Sometimes you get to and you go, we're not ready to go to the end of the level yet, guys. We need to go scavenge for some more stuff.
Oh, so it's not always like you're out of time. Go to the end of the level.
There is no time limit during the normal level. The only time limit is a la Left 4 Dead. Like, okay, hit this button when you're ready to start, all the zombies rushing in as a horde. So you get the time to prepare for it.
So what would stop you from just taking as much as you wanted? Just like the idea of
there's only so much level. Process? Well, there's only so much level to explore. They're chunks of open world level. And so you could explore the whole map section in give or take a half an hour. Right. So these are done like kind of bite-sized bursts.
There's only a limited number of pickups in the map as well. Yeah. So you got to be mindful that if you explore too much and you can only get downed so many times, like if you fall to the ground and get downed, like you can only take so many hits.
Okay, okay.
There is a really neat item. The seed,
exhaust all the ammo caches and stuff. You're not going to find anymore.
Right. Because if you find like the Humvee, or that has a Gatling gun on the back, or a truck that has like a flamethrower mounted in the back, unlike the Warthog and Halo, they don't have unlimited ammo. They have limited ammo. You can find ammo caches for them on the map and replenish them to keep using that vehicle.
Wow.
You can take multiple vehicles. That part for me, the vehicles, adding the Warthog for me was this extra little like chef's kiss, because not only is it's not the only thing you can do. Sometimes it drops you in a map and the closest vehicle is a ways away. So you still have to run around. But I realized really quickly that is the part that I hate the most in any of the Left 4 Dead clones, including Left 4 Dead. The fact that everything is very tight and you have to run everywhere.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Boy, that one or two times I played it with you guys, I was like, no, thank you. I was like, this is like a labyrinthian maze that I don't know the path to.
And the variety of
fucking sick, though.
The variety of the monsters, the infected, are like literally everything from a bunch that you would recognize from Left 4 Dead to we had this giant like vine sprout up out of the ground and just start firing like laser beams at us, and we were like,
wow,
what the fuck was that?
Resident Evil shit. I was gonna say it's cool that there's like a little bit of a sci-fi aesthetic here. Yes. Like there's a guy with a drone that's like zapping zombies with a laser beam or like some electricity thing.
You have control of that drone. Well, here's the thing: you have the skill tree, and you can control. Do I want my drone to have a machine gun or a shotgun or a flamethrower? What type do you use?
Is that the kind of leveling you do that stays with you every time you, or is that,
so you can switch
play
between
games
the classes
to level up your class, and then every time you run with that class, he's beefed up now?
Right. And you can switch between the classes in between the runs if you have one or the other that you prefer. And they all have secondary abilities too, like the controller, the drone class also has abilities that are, if they're driving the car takes 10%, 20% less damage. Stuff like that. So they have things like that are passive too.
Damn.
And you can respec at any time. So if you feel like you totally screwed up the build, or you're going into a boss fight where you have to focus a single one, you respec your drone from like shotgun to like single fire.
Nice. So the way to basically keep expanding on this game is they'll just keep adding levels and stuff, I presume. That's basically what they have to do.
How many did it have? When that map came up, how many did it have, Venny, in there, the campaign on that little...
I didn't actually see the map menu ever. I just kind of joined
2 intro ones, plus like maybe 3, 6, like 8. So like 10-ish missions.
Any like currency to carry over to get skins? Because I'm trying to think what hooks you to keep playing and playing type deal, you know what I mean? Other than enjoying the gameplay, I guess, itself. Obviously, the leveling up of the characters.
Mm-hmm. There is there is collectible currency that you get both for completing a round, and you can actually find it inside the map as well.
Like those weird crystal things.
to get like skins and whatnot. Yeah,
Gotta have space
exactly
bucks.
that.
But it's shared through the party,
Right.
so no loot goblins.
Right.
Oh,
So
nice.
if you got a real loot whore on your team, that's
Get
okay. You're
together.
benefiting from that. That's
And there-
actually good for
and
you.
there are these seeds that you can find throughout the level, in particular, like safe spots. These blue seeds, I forget the name of them in particular, but what they do is if you make it to the end of the level while holding it, you get an XP boost. If you
Sludge seed.
Sludge
That's
seed,
right.
that's it. If you die while holding it and you don't get rezzed in a certain amount of time, or you get down too many times and you die perma-die, it will populate you somewhere else in the map, stuck inside of this like alien egg-like cocoon thing. And you can choose to expend your seed and pop out yourself, or you can wait for the other players to find you because you populate on the map. They can come save you.
That's fucking awesome.
This
Buck
game
is now a map objective. Like,
Yeah.
we're like, okay,
Yes,
we got to go
right.
get Buck.
That's awesome.
And the map designs and the setup are really great. The writing is done by John Carpenter, and the soundtrack is all 80s synthwave.
Wow.
Mike,
Yeah.
One more time with the name. It's a real mouthful.
John Carpenter's
Toxic
Commando.
Toxic Commando. What an insane random
There's-
assortment of words and ideas
there's a-
for a game that looks so cool.
There's a tongue-in-cheek
Yeah.
joke about the mercenary group you are being called the Toxic Commandos, and the other three make fun of him for it being a stupid name. So it's
Come
very
on,
80s.
we need a brand.
It's very
Yeah.
80s John Carpenter writing. Dude, if you've ever seen like,
Toxic
I love
Avenger.
like Assault on Precinct 13 and some of the like really
Yeah,
cool
yeah.
John Carpenter stuff, this has that written all over. So this was
He
made
did
by
have some pretty good sci-fi adjacent shit from the 90s too.
yeah,
You know what I
very
mean?
much
Like,
so.
No
yeah,
doubt.
yeah, yeah.
No doubt.
I think of the Vampire Hunters from Dusk Till Dawn or whatever. He's
Yeah.
got he's got
Yeah.
the crossbow,
Sure,
the
sure.
auto crossbow.
And I completely forgot to mention at the beginning, but this is done by Saber Interactive, the guys that did Space Marine 2, but they also did World War Z. So because of that, they have already perfected this crazy engine. I kid you not, I think we've seen at least, 2,000-3,000 zombies on screen at once at one point.
Yeah, I see
Man,
that. Oh,
yeah.
beefy.
That's the Dead Island people as well.
Very nice. That is perfect time. That is where we are going to take our break. So go now, get John Carpenter's Toxic Commandos. I think I might just.
It's like $40.
This shit looks pretty tight. But when we come back from our break, we're going to go ahead and do our What Else You Got and head on out of here. So we will see you on the other side, dear listener. All right. Very good, sirs. We are on the last leg of our show, and it is time for our What Else You Got, the segment of our show. We can bring anything to the table, be it video game or otherwise. I just have some update things. First of all, I did want to let everyone know we're not going to be streaming anymore on the weekends. Just didn't want to take anybody by surprise. Just not a lot of numbers. Not a lot of numbers for the price of the streaming
We're
service.
going to focus
Not
more
yet.
on the Super Interview
Not yet.
Brothers and some
Super
of the
Interview
other
Brothers
mini
is doing
shows.
much better, much better. So just want to let you know that. I also wanted to mention that, Buck, I do remember playing X-Men for the Sega Genesis. I just needed to hear it, and when I was editing the episode,
hear the
I heard
crunch?
it, and I was like, "Oh yeah,
You need
I
to hear the
absolutely
crunch?
do remember playing." Yeah. But yeah, besides that, the only thing I've been playing is I just like Pokopia has sunk its claws deeper into me.
Mac,
When we last left, what?
I saw someone do this, and I had to mention it to you in case it hadn't come across your head with Pokopia.
Oh shit.
The Switch 2 has mouse controls.
Yes, I did know that. Yeah,
I saw someone do it, and I went, that changes everything.
I didn't really want to try it because what did he use it for?
Like being able to look around inside the world, move around
Yeah.
like in the view, I guess.
It's fine with the
Sorry,
sticks.
I had to mention that
maybe
'cause I saw
later
made
it
me
might
think
get
you.
better if you have I guess a lot of things to place, but I haven't found any problem with it. Anyhow, so what happened is I went from the beach zone to the mountain zone. And I think I was supposed to go there first because when you go to the mountain zone, you unlock the cooking skill. I don't know. That's where you unlock the cooking in the game. And when you cook, depending on what kind of food you cook, it'll power up a corresponding power of yours. So you eat a hamburger to beef up your strength so you can boulder smash harder boulders. which had made me like have a total Metroidvania moment where I was like, oh my God, all those doors that I couldn't smash through. And then it's like, you eat this, it powers up your
Pokemon Smash.
Yeah, there was like 3 or 4 things that happened when I unlocked that would make me go, oh fuck, well now I can go back to those other places. And more importantly, when you get to the mountain zone, it's got this awesome biome that's like a volcano, and there's mines that go down into them. And so I stumbled across them, and then you find a mine cart. And when you get in the mine cart, you can jump in it and ride it. And I rode it all the way until I realized that there was just like chunks of disconnected mine cart pieces. And so I was like, I want to ride the mine cart all the way. And so then right when I basically discovered that this game is so good at that, I also found a Pokemon that tells you how to basically smelt ore. So you know how you just powered up your rock smash so that you can find iron ore inside those rocks you couldn't break anymore? Well, now you can turn them into ingots. And guess what? In order to make train tracks, it's ingots and wood. And so for 4 hours, I just collected iron and wood and completed the loop-de-loop track of the mountain level, which is massive. Awesome. And now I can just get in my little minecart and just hold right, and my guy like zips through the entire biosphere. So when I want to get to anywhere, I can get there super fast. Also, I unlocked Graveler in the mountain range, the rock-type Pokemon. Yep. And he gives you a power where you can just become Graveler. And his power is you roll around extremely fast. So it made it, because it was like, oh my God, to get anywhere in this game, it takes so fucking long to just like. So now I can turn to Graveler and fucking like Super Mario like glitch across the level, like breakneck speeds. But those two things have helped me really like become like, okay, now I'm going to go mine some more stuff and then go into the volcano and find Pokemon. Yay. And I've just stopped concerning myself with making them comfortable. And now all I care is finding more of them and getting into this mountain.
So it went from SimCity to like Subnautica or something, right?
Yeah, I've stopped caring about their happiness. All right, but that is it for me. Buck, what else have you got for us this week?
Video game vinyl.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, baby.
This came in.
The Twisted Metal cotton candy, pink
cotton candy
vinyl
discs.
Can we see the disc? Show us. I wish to see the child.
This is like a gold, like a silver, like a chrome. The artwork here is like a chrome kind of whatever, and it is amazing artwork. But
beautiful.
Yes, the discs are. It's a twofer, and the discs are cotton candy, pink.
Very light color.
Yeah, it looks really good.
You haven't listened to it yet?
I have, and it's track listed on the back here. It is literally the best tracks from Twisted Metal 1, then the best tracks from Twisted Metal 2. Mac, you do not know how much memory unlocked there was when the full metal version of Frère Jacques from Twisted Metal 2 came on.
France, yeah.
From France. Twisted Metal Black, Twisted Metal Head On, and then there's some Twisted Metal 2012 on here also.
Wow.
But all symphonic. When it got to black, I was like, oh yeah, baby, this is when it gets really good. And then also, it was a twofer package because this came in.
Yes, that's the one I thought you were going to show.
33 vinyl, baby.
God dang, that's a beautiful slipcover you got there.
The whole thing is good. I won't show you Mac's seen the back. He knows. Ooh, he hasn't seen that. You need to play this fucking game, Mac. I swear to God. I have the regular discs on this one though, because I didn't get in I wasn't doing the vinyl thing early enough. But the slipcovers also have amazing looking characters on them too, but that is this only has like 3 songs per side per disc because they're all just amazing fleshed out renditions of all that stuff too.
Very orchestral.
I have one more. There's this new anime came out. They won't stop talking about these steel balls.
Whoa. Stop. No, you can't steal what else you got, sir? I don't think so. I'm not allowing
it. What else have you got for us?
Not allowing it. Oh my God.
I take it you've been watching Steel Ball
the
Run.
Line, don't turn back now. Going west to east to fight the Steel Ball Run.
Have you watched it? The first episode.
The The 7th part of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure dropped yesterday as a Netflix exclusive Steel Ball run. The first episode, the 43-minute intro episode is out,
so
and it kicks major ass.
It's so good.
Yeah,
Johnny Joestar.
No, Gyro Zeppeli is my spirit animal, man.
What about Diego Brando? You don't like Diego Brando?
Listen. Anyone who knows me, IRL, knows that I'm a massive JoJo fan. So we haven't gotten, I mean, we only get a new season of JoJo like every 2.5 to 3 years. So this is like a monumental day for me. So anyway, that is my what else you got? Steel Ball Run came out.
I'm about to say, in case you don't know what that is, because they didn't explain it at all.
I shouldn't have to. If you don't know what JoJo
is, it's not just a Discord
I was
with you.
giving it to him.
The main character is a paraplegic who rides a horse, is what they
Why
didn't
would I have
mention,
to
which is the
explain
craziest thing about this
story.
anime that hasn't existed here in the States.
There's exposition as to why that
haven't
happened.
existed. Where have you been the past 15 years, dude? Are you kidding?
Is it when it
JoJo's
was
been
on
a staple
this,
manga since
buddy,
the 80s.
chill. This
Where have you been?
This one with this Joestar has not been in this country. Relax. Live 2 years.
Yeah,
2 years, 1 mouth. 2 years, 1 mouth. That does it for this episode of the Game Treasure Podcast. You paraplegic stand users out, you. For the love of God, thank you so much for listening or watching. If you've made it this far, make sure to like and subscribe and tell your friends. If you are just listening on your podcasting app, go to YouTube, because that's where the Super Interview Brothers lives. And if you haven't been watching that, you've been missing out, dude. You can reach out to us via our email at gametreasurepodcast@gmail.com. Head on over to our merch store, Linktree/the GTP, where you can also find our Patreon, where you can get access to our deep dive UFO 50s. We got the extra long David Jaffe interview with the 30 extra minutes of content on there. And plus, you just be like helping us do stuff. Linktree/the GTP. We got to thank Crunkwitch for the use of our theme song, Clash of the Droids. You can find their music on Spotify, Apple Music, anywhere you can find music on the internet, pretty much. And last but not least, we need to thank RetroGameTreasure.com, owned and operated by the Megabuck himself, bringer of the Retro Zone. RetroGameTreasure.com is a subscription service that takes the hassle out of collecting retro video games. So no more hunting to the one very small video game store in your town where, none of the games are ones that you want, and maybe they don't even have games for the dang system that you collect. So instead, you tell Buck what video game consoles that you have. Buck, I have a N64. I've got a Super Nintendo. I've also got a Game Boy. And then Buck says, gentleman. Okay, Sir Large Toothington, what kind of games do you like?
That guy smokes a pipe.
I can fancy myself a platformer, a puzzler, of course. I do love my puzzles. I also like racing games. I watch the horses race across the track all night long. Do you have games like
Dad.
this? And then Buck
Dad.
says, yes, I've got racing puzzles and platform games for the Game Boy, N64, and Super Nintendo, Sir Toothington. Your package will be at your house at the end of the month. And then Sir Toothington opens up his package. He goes, oh my goodness, there's a fucking copy of Rad Racer in here, I think. It was Rad Racer for the Super Nintendo. I don't know. You know what I'm saying, listener.
Chase HQ.
He gets you the video games you need to grow your collection. And don't forget, he keeps track of the video games you already have, so you'll never get a repeat game. Don't worry. Instead, start collecting retro games the easy way today with RetroGameTreasure.com. That does it for this week's episode. Until next week, my name is Max Stein, and I love the Game Treasure Podcast. It's so bad.
It's so bad.